Hello, hello, hello. It's Misty Crystal. We have the dagger. I wanted to do a quick reading. Yes, I wanted to go ahead and pull the cards. I like to do this ahead of time because it just cuts the time short. Um, I got my magic potion mug, my favorite mug, my tea. I wanted to pull some cards really quick and find out what is going on with the Kanye and Bianca. I am always curious what's going on with these people and their handlers. And so I wanted to pull some cards really quick. I wanted to do a 12 card deep dive tarot investigation. This time I'm going to be using reversals. I don't always like to use reversals, but since the typical cards are always popping out, I wanted to see which way they were going to pop. So we're going to explore the social media appearances versus real life. I wanted to know Bianca's true role. Is she the lover? Is she a muse, a handler, a pawn? Like, what is her role? Kanye's intentions. I wanted to know, is he awakening or spiraling? Let's look into some past trauma that may haunt this dynamic that's going on. And what's hidden from the public is what we always want to know. And where is this all heading? So I wanted to use this Monopoly deck. I really like this deck. It has catchy sayings on it. So the first card I pulled, we have the lovers popped out right away. And I believe he's a Gemini, so that's his energy popped out, but it came in reversed. So with the lovers reversed, that is saying, well, is it surface versus reality, right? So I guess this card is going to scream image without intimacy. So the public sees provocative outfits, tabloid posts, and bold fashion statements, but energetically, the emotional bond is distorted, I would say. The next card we have, I wanted to know about Bianca's position in the relationship. We have the Eight of Swords and mentally stuck way. So she is trapped, whether she's willing or not. This is a mental prison, often seen with people under psychological pressure. Maybe she's into some contracts with him, entered contracts with the marriage. Maybe there's some spiritual suppression there, so it's easy for her to be in this position. The next card that came out reversed was the Magician. This is Kanye's control. So this is manipulation, illusions, and misuse of power, right? So Kanye may be trying to play the role of the creator, but is he manifesting truth, right? Or is this all just illusion? And then, of course, we have what comes out, the moon. So that tells me it's illusion. There's hidden motives, there's deception, there's definitely, we see dualities. How many clones are there? The different Kanyes, right? The subconscious chaos and secrets. So there lies both sides right there. So neither Kanye or Bianca is being fully transparent, right? There's definitely contracts, surveillance, third party agendas, definitely putting this stuff together to keep the narrative going. Then we have what's behind the scenes, right? And what comes out upside down? Well, collaborative avenue, the Three of Pentacles. And that is telling me that there is reverse signals here. So there's definitely something has gone wrong. There's false teamwork, maybe forced partnerships, maybe secret deals being made behind his back. So this relationship could be a public stunt, definitely for the publicity. We all know they're junkies when it comes to that. Maybe a management move if there is no management. That could be a thing too, or a mutually beneficial bond between them that's branding this. So, but the team isn't aligned in truth, let's just say. There's definitely deceptions. And then what do you got? You got, what is Kanye's emotional past? Well, he's got the Five of Cups. Damn, that sucks place. So this is loss, regret, mourning, maybe failure. So Kanye is definitely affected by his past relationships with baby mama. Um, you know, Kim has definitely put a woozy on him. There's a wound he never processed, and Bianca may be the bandage that's, gaping this wound open. And it's definitely not a cure because she looks like Kim. There's like the clone of Kim, trying to take over. Can she be baby mama drama? She's trying to take the place of Kim, but she can't, right? Because Kim has got control over those kids. So let's just say, what is the Justice card and why is it reversed? Well, let's just say this is a spiritual karma, right? And so injustice, imbalance, manipulation of the truth. And so what is this saying? Well, something about this relationship isn't fair. Kanye, maybe he feels trapped in the karmic backlash of everything. But Bianca's definitely paying off the karmic debt, right? By playing this role. There is not a relationship like that is born, that is balanced when you see things like this. She's definitely walking around looking like a mannequin, looking like she's naked, and she's not flattering. Her body is definitely not flattering. I hate to say it, but Kim's body, as warped as it was, I think looked more flattering than Bianca's. And I think maybe he was trying to say that. Maybe he was trying to say this is the natural look. I don't know what that was all about, but we have the Page of Swords in reverse, right? And so the Page of Swords in reverse is surveillance, gossip, the definitely control of the public narrative, development of information and contracts, right? So this is telling me here that there's definitely spying going on, rumors, misdirection. So there's a fake narrative being fed to the public, right? We're definitely seeing that. The media outlets, they're playing along, or they're just possibly getting paid off to do that. I mean, are they really not getting paid off? So Bianca's outfits, the shock tactic, this is not a genuine expression, let's just say. So what is going on with Kanye? We have the Nine of Wands, wearily defense gardens, right? So this is telling me the wounded warrior, paranoia, battle fatigue. He's just gone through it so many times. How many different Kanyes are they going to clone so he can keep on going? So Kanye is defensive emotionally. He's definitely worn out. We definitely see that. His ridiculous outfits. I have no idea what's going on with his fashion statement. He trusts almost no one, and not even the ones closest to him. Does he trust his kids? I don't even know. Bianca could be one of the few near him that's even allowed to be even in that role, because she must be playing that role really good. They seem off camera, they seem to have like a great dynamic. They're joking and laughing. So I think this is all definitely part of his stage agenda. But it's so weird, right? We never get the full story. So then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and she came out reversed. Supporter of generosity and security, right? So, oh boy. So what this is telling me in the reverse, the Queen of Pentacles. So Bianca's role behind the scene, this would have to say there's greed. She's definitely depending on Kanye's money. There's a lack of nurturing there in the public eye. I don't know if that's meant to be that way. When they're not in the public eye, they seem to be touchy, so you just never know. But what this shows is someone is more focused on the material gain than and emotional connection, right, between the two of them. Bianca may be gaining status, money. I don't know. Maybe there's a contract that's offering her something, but it's definitely not a genuine emotion, I would say. Then we have the Tower card. Of course, the Tower is going to show up, right? So this is the breaking point. This is chaos, exposure, sudden collapse of all of this. And I think Down with the Diddy might have had something to do with that. So this relationship is definitely heading toward the public implosion. There's a scandal, a breakup, a lack of damaging of the truth. Will definitely hit soon. You know, they try to say that she filed for divorce, but then they say they're still together. So either Kanye is going to rebel again, or Bianca, is going to walk or be removed from her plan. So it's time. It's at the end. The Tower came at the end, right? So eventually it's all just going to fall. And then we have the Six of Swords for the 12th card, better things ahead way. And this came out in reverse. So the final outcome with this coming out in reverse, after the Tower, this is definitely the inability to move on, stuck in the toxic cycles. These people got themselves in these situations, and I don't think they can get themselves out of it. They think their money is going to get them out of it, but I'm not sure. I don't know, because the narrative is so controlled, even down to the president. Like, who just knows what's going to happen? But even after it ends, and it will, the energy is going to linger, right? And this relationship was a ritualistic symbol. It was definitely symbolic, and it's a part of a deeper karmic engagement. I feel like it definitely an entanglement between a few sources. So Kanye won't be free until he clears this path. But if he's even still able to, I don't think he will be. But so that's what the cards say. There's definitely some contracts, some money, position, and power. We have with the Eight of Swords, you know, the staged connection, trapped. Well, we have the staged connection. We have the trapped, right? We have the illusion with the manipulation, the hidden agendas, the female teamwork. There's just so much here. You know, the grieving past of X, and you know, the Nine of Wands, where the guarded and the trauma. So let's just say we're gonna sit back and watch and see what happens. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Leave your comments, like, share, and subscribe.